Good afternoon. Welcome to OptionsTender. It's Tuesday, February 3rd, 2026. So I did not do a video yesterday for the public. No need to. Was looking at, seeing if price would tag a new high. Otherwise, there's nothing to really update on. So we're going to quickly update on the daily. We'll go through MJ, MSOS, VIX, just so you can see where we're headed here. But on the 65 is where I'll show just a little bit more time on there to navigate what I think is happening next. Okay. We're doing this intraday about noon Eastern Standard Time. If you want to get these videos intraday, consider becoming a YouTube supporter. It's 99 cents. It helps support the channel. If you want to get additional videos, there is an upper level from there. So, all right, let's jump into it. We have SPX on the daily time frame. We're getting really tight price action up into this wedge here. There's only two things you can say. If you're bullish, this isn't bullish, okay? Getting one new high and hitting that trend line up top, all right? Sure, it's bullish in the micro term. Will it happen tomorrow or Thursday? Maybe from the earnings, perhaps. But that's not bullish. Bullish would be to break out from up above this 7,000 level, hold on, big green candles, continue to move further. You're going to burn out those negative divergences that we have on all time frames at this point. So, just the setup is here for a big fall to the downside. The big question is, do we fall directly from this point, or do we tag just a little bit higher before we have our drop? Okay. So again, we don't need to look at all these. It's the same thing over and over. Just wanted to point that out, how tight we're getting in here. And let's go look at the VIX. This is when I did a timing cycle for the premium members, the individual stock members here already today that lined up with all of this. Everything's lining up exactly how we need it to in order to get our trades more accurate. And what I'll show you on the VIX is that we had yesterday a cycle low period, a perfect cycle low or an ideal cycle low, and it's holding on to that now. So the big thing is about the VIX today, we had this big red bar come into support. Now, usually when that happens, you need some sort of reversal candle. That doesn't mean it has to be a doji like this. It could be, but this is perfect. All right, so we're getting our reversal candle, and then we'll look for follow through after that. You never know. We're having problem with the 17 area that lines up with the 200 moving average. You could get an inside A here. All right, you could get a harami and then get a pop after. We don't know that. That's not the point. Our low seems to be in. We're holding on to these moving averages. The 50, the 20 was important yesterday. And now we're pinching in between them. All right. So looking good. And then real quick, let's go to MJ. MJ seems to be holding on to this level. It needs to get back above this 200-day moving average. Could it go a little bit lower? The structure appears that it could be done. So we'll see. Here's your bullish falling wedge right into this zone. We'll see if that does hold, then we'll move this trend line in an appropriate spot wherever it lines up well. Okay, could end up with all of those lows together. All right, so we'll keep this here for the moment. You have some nice touches there. Okay, and then we'll expect maybe more fill out of the equilibrium or a breakout coming up next. Okay, so that's pretty much all we have there. Again, the cycles, we're just now getting into the cycle lows for MJ as well. All right, so that's kind of lining up with VIX. All right, so this looks a little bit more clean. We'll take this one off here. MSOS is coming in here for a 1-2 setup. Now, your targets. Let's go through. I'll just go through with MSOS here, and you can do it on your own for the other targets. If this is just one pattern setting up, meaning just a 1, 2, not a nesting, which I think that is very possible. This could be a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. But if it is just a 1, 2, nice and clean, then what we'll do, no matter what, if this is bullish, either one of these scenarios, you take your extension tool all the way to the top, from the bottom, and right here into our golden pocket. And then you look up to the, I like to keep my charts clean, so we're looking at the 162 being the minimum move higher. So our MSOS target would be $12. That would also mean a breakout. But you guys, this could easily go up to the 262, 362. Let me go to the monthly time frame. Extensions, we can go up to $22 on this next move. Okay. Now, here, if you want to, I'll tag the video up top. But what we were calling out, all in this decline right here, yeah, we were a little early, but we accumulated for our IRAs. Is this was a corrective move for us. All right, we're looking to break these old all-time highs in all of the names that we have printed, that we have in our Discord. All the names we've been accumulating: ACB, TLRY, MJM sauce. It goes on at CGC. We expect to make brand new highs in the next decade. All right. So make sure you watch that video. It will kind of clear up what we've been building this whole time. Okay. So let's go back to the daily. Let's check out Bitcoin real quick. We'll use the IBIT ETF. All right. So we're coming down into support, that support area. We drew this parallel channel from this low, this peak, because this might set ourselves up for a head and shoulder pattern. Okay, so right now we're looking at coming into support here with a structure that maybe a 1, 2, looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You could get maybe a gap close here before we hit the support, or maybe we go straight down. I'm not sure, but we'll be looking for some sort of wave 4 into 5 somewhere soon up here. And then this is just a zone, and this doesn't have to be an exact horizontal move. Okay, this can be a slight slanted. It could come down to maybe 40 or so, big round number, and this be a slanted head and shoulders setup. All right. But the meat of the trade's already done, so I'm not looking to short any of that. Okay, let's go to SPY and get a real connection. I don't know what's up with that bar. Let's get a real good look at what we're expecting. So here's the here are the dark pools. We're showing weakness right now. We're gonna have to hold this area to be bullish here. Now, of course, this is the low that you don't want to take out if you're a bull. But what we're looking for on this next move, if we're gonna get this brand new high here, meaning 698-ish, then we're looking for, if you take this low, and that's not the count that I have on here right now, just so you know. If you take this low to this peak, the bulls want to hold that 690 area. We're already in it, but all the way down to 689.50. That will be kind of your 1-2 setup here. On the same note, if you really want to be picky, it really shouldn't break this low here. And we're looking at this 691. We're kind of in this confluence here. Let's see what happens. Let me see if I can draw something on a traditional look, but this can be done. Okay, we didn't break this peak here, so this still is legit for 1-2 setup. or also if this is going to be some sort of leading diagonal or something like that, that can end up just being a 1, 2, and then a 3-wave move down for 3, 4, 5, and you'll get this shrinking kind of compact diagonal. We went through this in the members video on QQQ to show what we had there, but so I know this is very, very messy in here with the dark pools. As soon as we get out of this chop zone, it's going to clear right up. So don't you worry about that. And whether that's to the upside or downside, all right. The blue arrow was us, seeing, hey, we might be able to get up here. It's a bullish move. But anyway, still looking to the downside no matter what. Even if we make this new peak up to about 698 or so, I know a lot of people will look for 700, but 698, then we'll look to short the market again. Price keeps falling here. I'm not sure that's going to happen. Okay, so on a traditional look, what I was trying to do is line up these lows, and it looks like we're breaking that so far. Maybe we'll get a stick save or so. I was trying to build what might look like a bear flag on the Qs, would actually be just a channel to get new highs here up to, there's that 698.77. That's what the risk is for the bears here as we start to drop. We see price drop, but so that's still not, it's not done, but you'll need some sort of stick save here, I suppose. And we'll look up here. That would be our risk to the upside. So what you could do is you can add some very near-term calls if you are wanting to hedge up to 698, maybe in a couple days, Amazon and Google there. And then I did not do this for members. I just looked at it with one of our members right before I did this video. So here's a possibility that you could look into. If we start seeing some strength here in Tesla, then that might be one of those things that you start to get a bounce in. All right, and by bounce, I don't know if it's gonna, we're sort of in this channel right here. Maybe it just gets back up to that channel top. I have slight dotted lines up here. So not a trade that I'd be getting really risky on, but the thing is like, as you look at these things and you say, hey, if we're going to go any higher, what would do it? And Tesla had this bullish divergence form right here in the very near term, but on the daily time frame, just like this, you have a trough here, a higher low, and a higher low with this low, low, and low. Now that could burn through, okay? But this is a bullish setup. All right, I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to get one more low and you get a higher low after that. So just something to look at. That's how, we do things. If the market is going to push for that one last high, what's a likely candidate that would help it push up there? And I think Tesla. So I got a small position in there for some calls, and it's virtually a hedge for me. I didn't even post it because I'm not confident about it, but I just want to give you my mind frame on how I look at things. And one of the trades that we took in the Discord, that was a trade idea that we actually did take, was JP Morgan Chase. So we took it when it was down here at the lows. And what was happening was you're getting this nice wedge, this wedge type pattern. And it looked like it needed a bounce. And the market has been holding up, just barely holding up. And so you had this fake break here. And right down here is when we started taking it. So we had one last week and one, I don't know, it might have been Monday. But either way, did not catch this last move. Did not catch that last move. But if the market was going to hold up, the financials, the price action started getting tight. We had positive divergence. Everything looked right. Okay, you had the positive divergence here. So we took the trade, and that was a great individual trade. I posted it as an individual trade, but I have short swings, and so that was just a good hedge for my portfolio. All right, so those are kind of things that we look for while you're looking for a turn in the market. You can do the opposite too. If you're bullish on the market and you're holding up and you're looking for the market to go higher, you can have some short-term puts just to protect yourself. That's the whole point of trading. All right. So here we go with the here's the trend line that we've been following here on the VIX, and we're just getting real tight price action. It's getting so tight, just like SPX and SPY. They're rising while getting tight price action, but this one is going sideways. This is going to eventually break out or break down. Okay. Now, I know what some people are saying, well, which one is it? We have to let the market tell us. So we have our bias on our shorts. And then while we're waiting for those shorts to start playing out, obviously we have those hedges to the upside. All right, we do that well in our Discord. So make sure the 99-cent and the $4.99 memberships come with the Discord. Come join us in there. You can see how things are done. And we have our cheddar flow data. That's where we get the dark pools. I like to actually put them in to the trades when I look at those. So it gives me better confirmation on levels. Okay. And then one of my friends is really using a cheddar flow for his trades, and I love that. I love that. So we're looking a little bit bullish on the VIX. So is this a breakout from a flag off of the trend line? This very could just continue to go higher into the rest of the week. If the market does go to a brand new high, then we'll look for VIX to maybe test the trend line one more time. So let these things show you what's happening. And if you want to really be bearish, if the VIX is going higher and SPX is going higher, that's a good sign that the top will be coming in as well. So that's always a little caveat that you can look at. And just before I end this here, that's what I was talking about with dark pool prints. So we have some prints here that are coming up, and if you start to see, things are starting to fail, and that's okay. That's okay. So this is starting to go against us, but our main trades are heading lower. So let's take a look while we're breaking some lows here. And maybe, yeah. So if we continue to see this start to break down and accelerate, then what we're looking at for sure is a 1-2 setup, and we're starting to get into wave 3. Now that wave 3 still could have little bounces in between, but I certainly would not play those bounces, because this should be a pretty harsh move to the downside. And here's your options expected move to lower end. 680 should hit if this market's going to be bearish. This should be a good trade for Friday. This should hit by Friday. All right. So I hope this helps. This structure is starting to break down. This should be the peak here as things are starting to break down. Because they've been ABCs, I can't imagine this being an A, B, and what are you going to get out of the C wave? It would really have to be a 1. Maybe, if this is a C, A, B, then you need a 5-wave move. So this is going to have to hold right here. So this would have to be, at this point, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-wave move in order to end here. It's getting wonky. So, all right, let me get this video out to you, and hope you love the information. So don't forget to like the video and subscribe, and see you in the Discord.